strong pose that we will do a little bit slow. I think I will do a little bit. Today we will do the usual stretch sequence and without the frog pose, because without Abha we can't do frog pose. So, but we will do a lizard, peacock, triangles, and I will introduce two more asanas, which is a part of Ashtanga series. एक तो है कि वो ना when you bend, and called Pada Hasta Asana, Pada Hasta Bushtasana. So basically, you put your palm underneath your toes while standing. और दूसरा है कि Samadhana Asana. This is basically holding your toes while bending. Those are initial part of our series before we get to our Surya Namaskar. Let's go. Close your mind, close your eyes, open your heart. Breathe very, very normally, very silently, so that nobody can hear your breath, not even you. Calm your mind down. Get into your meditative position. Cut any ties before you arrive into the mat. Let go of any plans. Stay in the presence. Stay on the mat. Slow down your breath. Get out to your resting heartbeat. Sitting bones are very heavy and melting onto the mat. Spine is straight. Shoulders are away from your ears. Crown is put towards the ceiling, towards the sky. Very, very gently, slowly back a little bit to get it stronger, straight stretch of your spine. Hands around the knees. Start taking deep breaths. Release any stale air onto your belly and stomach. Release it out. Breathe in. Freshness. Breathe prana. Mornings. Breathe in love. Compassion. Breathe out any negativity, stale air, laziness. In. Breathe out. Start deepening your breath in and now elongate the breathing. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in from your nose. Breathe out from your mouth. Nose. Mouth. Close again. Your chest, chin down. Bow your head. Om Astoma Satgamaya Astoma Satgamaya Vidyoma Vitangamaya Set your intentions for today's practice. Dedication to yourself. Dedicate your practice to yourself, to anybody who you wish. Thank you for coming onto the mat and practicing with me. Next 75 minutes are yours. Just understand, let's take a rotation of our hips. So take your shoulders, face, chin to your right side. With control, slowly, slowly, slowly. Come to the left, back, right, center, left, back, right, center, left, back, right, center, left, back. Reverse direction, left, center, right, back. Lead your face from the chin, so not the head. Taking my chin closer to my left knees, front, right knee, back. Both the hands are on the knees, guiding the knees to stay down. Just open our chest. Stretch your hands sideways, thumbs looking up. Stretch your hands outside, all the fingers are stretched out. As if somebody is pulling the hand out of the socket. Body stand tall. Then turn your hand with the palms facing down, thumbs into facing the front. And thumbs facing back. The full rotation of your shoulders. Again, thumbs going down, swinging towards the front, towards the ceiling, and our thumbs facing back, and then twist it down. So you can take your thumbs down. Few more here with every breath in. Stretch your hand wide and open your chest, and then take a couple of more. Thumbs going up, thumbs facing the front. Stretch your fingers, thumbs going down, facing back of the room. Palm is facing the ceiling. Thumbs coming down, swing, swing. Thumbs facing up to the ceiling, arms, and last one. Come back slowly. Again, both the arms are facing the ceiling, thumbs facing back. And then just push your hands behind, just open the chest a bit more. Bring it back. Just rotate your shoulders to release any tension on your shoulders. The shoulders must be feeling very heavy. So that was opening the chest, and now we will do the reversal. So take your hand sideways. Now get into eagle pose, Garudasana hand. So your right hand is on the top of the left. And then clasp your hand behind on your face. Garudasana hands. Squeeze your shoulders coming next to each other. First, you lift your arms up as if your elbow comes close to your nose. Squeeze your shoulders together. Take it down, hands coming down, but still the same thing. And this time you bend forward and open your palms to the ceiling. So your right palm is toward the ceiling. Fingers are facing front, and then take it down. See, can you take all the fingers coming close to the mat, the front of your mat. Very deep stretch on your shoulders. Both your elbows are very close to your chest. It's not stretching your hand straight. The elbows coming close to the chest, and only the forearms is dipping, and the fingers coming down to the mat. Now lift back and open the chest. Very deep opening of your chest and your shoulders. And this time you come back, and this time your left hand on top of the right. And then same thing, Garudasana hands. First you sit tall and put some weight on your bums so that your spine gives support. Knees pushing to the mat. Now you lift your hands up. See how high you can go. And you are able to take the knee, elbows away from the nose, above the nose. Shoulders down. And now bend back, bend forward. This time is your left palm facing the ceiling, fingers are facing the mat. Take it down. See, can you take your fingers in front of your mat onto this floor? Squeeze both the shoulders, open. Come back. Anything, just you take a 3 neck rotation on the right, on the left, chin to the chest, towards your right, up, back, ears to the shoulders, down, gentle, breathe in, you take it right and back, breathe out, take it to left and down. Last one. Mindful, slow rotation. Extend your shoulder, neck. Now reverse, take your face, take your reverse your left, ears touching to the shoulders, back, fully right, down. So again. The last one, the face turning towards the left, ears touching the shoulders, head going back. Rotate your shoulders towards the right. Down. Very, very gently, face up. Then we will go to our tabletop. Go gently to the tabletop. And very, very quickly, we'll only take few, 3, 4 cat and cow. So first, let's do our cow. Lifting, chest lifting, head lifting. And then lift your mid back up, chest, head, and down, chin to the chest. Cow. Cat. Cow. Lift your hips very high up and your chest high up, head high up. Lift your mid back, middle chest to the ground. Last one. Let's quickly do before we get into our folding series, lift your right leg straight, push it to the mat, push it to imaginary wall, then bend your knees, foot facing the ceiling, and again take your left hand to the side, hold your ankle, just open your hips, open your chest, stretch your knees, pulling the ankle away from your head, away from your hips, each leg flaring up, down, last one. Take your left feet, pushing imaginary wall, keep pushing. Your toes are facing face in front of the mat, so your heels is pushing. Right hand swing side, holding my putting this leg up as if it's taking it out from the hip socket. Down. There's one or two of hip rotation to release anything before lubricating our back, lubricating the spine, both. And we want to pick it up. Now we go into our downward facing dog. It's a bit easier when you do all this warm up, all the movements, especially the stretch ones today. Walk your dog, calm your mind, release any tension, send your prana to any core part of the body that needs. Walking your feet, come to the plank, go into your upward facing warrior pose today, whatever you need today to wake up. Now, come to a standstill. Scan your body right from the fingertips to your toes. Push the hand forward and lift your hips a little bit further. That helps to push the heels to the ground. Last two breaths of calmness. Walk your feet to the front of the mat. Let your knees be bent. Completely bend. Just to your thighs. It's the Utkatasana position. Feels like a chair, although the head is not lifted. Now, in order to straighten our lower back, you do every day. Clasp your hand, arms behind your knees, head in between your knees, and then millimeter by millimeter, straighten your knees. Hip opener, lower back. Just surrender. Let go of any lock. Now release your hands, vertebra by vertebrae, microband. Stand up, down. Rotate your shoulders and get back. Your natural pose, Tadasana. Tadasana is probably one of the most effective pose when you can be standstill. Spread your toes, drop it down, lift your feet, drop it down. Side your palms to the front of the mat, eyes closed, shoulders down. Stop moving, just come to a complete standstill. other than your breath, you will find nothing moving in your body. You can last time the Surya Namaskar, 5 rounds. Go, hands on the chest. In, lift up, bend back. Keep bending back. From the front, forward fold. Knees are bent, plant your hand next to the knees. Let it go back. Knees down. Hands are next to your toes. Left toes and look up. Pushing to the front, thinking it down. Down facing dog. Plank. Chest and chin down. Cobra. Down facing dog. Right leg come forward, left knee down. Your hands up, straight and lean back. Keep pushing your hips to the ground. Take your hands between your ears, face seating. Hands down. Left leg coming, right leg in front. Again, flatten your palms next to your toes and then straighten your knees. Hands up, bend back. Yes. On the left side, hands up, bend back. Keep breathing. Forward fold from the front. Bend your knees, palms, plant your palms next to your toes, and then straighten your knees. Left leg go back, 4.5 feet. Knees down. Sink, and then look up. Plank. Knees, chest, and chin down, hips lifted, quite high. Untuck your toes, slide forward, come to Cobra. Down facing dog. Keep pushing the hand and the toes and the heels. Head is coming close to the mat. Left leg forward, right leg go up down. Lean forward, raise your hands up, back. Active Surya Namaskar. Hands down, arms next to your toes. Control. Bring your right toes to meet the left one. Palms are flat on the ground. Knees are bent. And then straighten your knees. Up. Namaskar. Third. Up. Bring back. Forward fold. Knees are bent. Arms planted both sides of the toes. Then straighten your knees. Right leg go back. 4 feet at least. Knees down. Up. Plant your hands. Good. Down facing dog. Keep pushing the dog with the head coming close to the ground mat. High plank. Knees, chest, and chin down. Untuck your toes. Slide forward. Come to Cobra. Down facing dog. Your left leg forward.
Right leg going down, hands lifted, and back. Keep sinking your hips down. Plant your hands next to your toes. Right leg coming forward and meeting the left one. Bend your knees. Plant your palms next to your toes. Then you lift up. Lift up. Last one. Lift up. Lift back. Forward. Bend your knees. Plant your palms next to your toes. Knees are bent. And then slowly lift your knees. Left leg go back. Knees down. Right knee lean forward. Hips. Down facing dog. Flatten your heels, flatten your hand. Elbows between your arms. Gaze face back. Lift your hips up. Very, very deep stretch on your back. Come to plank. Take your left feet forward. Right knee go down. Palms together. Lift up. Hands up. And then lean back and pushing your front knee to the front, melting your hips down, lifting your upper body, lifting arms, facing the ceiling. Plant your hands towards both the sides of your left toe, and then bring your right feet to meet your left. Again, bend your knees, plant your hands next to your knees, next to your toes, straighten your leg. Let go of any tension on your lower back, on your hips. Head is hanging loose. Lift your toes and drop it down to make it easier. And then lift your hands up. Hands to the chest. Get the body now from the head to the toe. Keep the internal heat. Now I will introduce two new asanas today. They're part of the Ashtanga series. So this time when you fold forward, hinge from your back, hinge from your hips, and then your fingers touching the toes. So all the fingers are touching the toes, and then you clasp both the big toes by putting two fingers and the thumb. So kind of holding the toes, holding the big toe, two finger and the thumb. Lean forward, flat back, and then you take your head down. Both the arms and both elbows spreading outside. So first, you take your fingers, two fingers and the thumb, hold the big toe from these, straight look forward, flat back. Once you have flat back, and then let your head hang loose. All of a sudden, you will find that both these elbows are loose and they can go sideways. Push the big toe from your fingers and the thumb. That helps keep your head to go down a bit. No lock on your knees. As soon as you release any lock on your knees, it gets easier. Just consciously push both the elbows sideways to open up. Again, look up. This time, take both the palms underneath your toes so that your fingers are at the crease of your wrist. So hold this. putting both the palms facing up, but then under the toes. And all the toes and then the other two fingers are at the crease of my wrist. And then I bend forward. Put a little bit of weight on your palms, so kind of leaning a little bit forward. For the Hasta Asana. Then move forward, release it, and with control, come back, stand tall, let go. Move your hips, right, left, 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 let go. Now this time we do a side. I'll try side to show you. Now stretch both hands up. Left hand is holding the right wrist, standing tall, and then I turn towards my left. Side stretch. But ensure that your left hand is pulling the right wrist to the left side. And your waist is going towards the right. Keep bending, keep going to the side. Side stretch. Up. And on the other side, this time your right hand is holding the left wrist. And then pulling towards the right side. Taking your left wrist to the side. This hand should be strong to pull the wrist out. Come back. Now clasp your hand behind your back. Then first you open your hands. Chest up. Release any tension on your lower back to the forward fold. And then you turn your fingers. Let your palms facing the ground. And you lift it up. Lift it up. Lift as high as you can. Keep lifting your hands up. Break. Slowly come down. Come down. And now we go to our goddess pose. Hands on your waist. Turn towards your right. Take your legs back. Both the legs are parallel. You are on the wider side of your mat. Stretch your hands just to see that your toes are underneath your palms. That's the stand we need. This is standard. Put your hands up. Now with this position, take your toes out and heels in. Toes out and heels in. First your knees are straight, toes out and heels in. And then with control, just lean back. Get into your goddess pose. Use your hand on your knees. Hand on your knees. Ensure that your toes are quite wide. So not 45 degrees, not 90 degrees, not 45 degrees. At least 60 or as wide as you can. Just stay in this pose and then get your grounding right. Once the grounding is right, you have to mindfully see that if you remove your hand, are you able to hold this pose or not? So that's so. But we're going to use our hand to open it a bit more. Now sink your hips down. Sink your hips down. Now you can take your elbows on the knees. Every breathe in, don't move, don't swing, just sink your hips down. Use your elbow to push the knee outside. Sink down your hip a bit more. This is getting too much. You can stand up but go back. Can you hold your ankles and push the knees from your hand? Look down. Control, straighten your hands. Again, put your heels back to your toes. Release anything on your knees. Just sway a bit. Sway a bit. Both the palms planted to the mat. Look up, look high. You can widen your stand if you want. Push your hip back a bit. That helps to push a little more weight on the outer side of the toe. Keep breathing here. Straighten your back, flat back. First, you stretch your hands forward. Push your hip back. Hips is back and hand is forward. Gradually bring your palms onto the mat underneath your shoulders. And see, can you take both the palms between your toes? So exactly underneath the shoulders, not wide, not flat. And you keep looking forward. Once you're here, let your head hang loose. Knees are straight. Your head should be facing the earth now, so not really forward. Should be earth. Go deeper. Eventually, your head should be able to touch the ground. So more breath here. Let go, just surrender. That makes it easier. Breathe normally. Push your mat from your toes. Support in case it hurts. Very, very micro bend and nobody can see except you. And then lift up. This time we're going to hold both our shin or toes from our hand. So you can hold it here, but keep bending. You can stretch your hands forward. Whenever it goes, can you hold your toes like this? Open your chest forward, take your chin forward, and then once you go far, then you put your head down. You can have a macro bend on your knees. Come back. Then you stand. So with control, just get your a little bit closer to get a better grounding. But we will have to stand on my hand holding the waist, and then your core. With the core, and then turn towards the front of the mat. Then bring your right leg to the front of the mat, and then front of the mat. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. That was a good deep stretch. Whatever does to release any tension wherever. Get back to normal. Now we get to our sinking poses. Toes. open your toes, keep lifted, open your toes, keep lifted. Just do whatever helps to get alignment back. So now hands, thumbs on the chest, hands go up, forward fold, plant it on both sides, left leg down back. I'll do the reverse actually because I'll get your right leg back, look down, and then a series of 4-5 sequences all on the hips. And first you take your both the palms on your left knee, chest up, stick your hips down. First pose this. Second is a twist towards your left. So right hand goes up, twist towards left, twist down. Every breathe in, hold. Now breathe in, open the chest, hold. Number 2. Hip. Forward. Number 2. Then take your both hands down. Number 3, take your first your right hand up. Open the chest towards the right. 3, keep leaning forward. 4, 5. This time right hand goes down, your left hand up. Open the chest, go to the ceiling. 1. Keep leaning, keep twisting. Take your left hand directly on the corner of your right side. 4, 5. Both hands down and straighten your knees. Hands are planted on the side. Back and straighten your knees. Toes are lifted. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then you back, and this time plant your right hand, left hand on the left knee, let the knee open, and take the knees down, floating, push your knees sideways, forward, down. Are very heavy, that opening up wider, come back, and this time we take our lizard pose, both the hands are in the inside, then you take your right elbow down, left elbow down. This is what is today, it's fine, this is fine. Keep leaning, and if you want to lift your back knee up, take out to your right toe. Just keep looking back so that your knees are, your feet are straight. Forward, take the head down to the mat. Two, 3, 4, 5. Come back. Sit up. And then this time you bend your right knee. And either you can hold it from your left side or the right side. I would like to hold from the right side so as to get a better balance. But left is much easier. So you can do left, that's much easier. Leaning forward. 3, 4, 5. Get down. Now we get into our pigeon pose. But for pigeon pose, I will take it vinyasa. So I take my left leg, go up to straighten my both the knees, leg up, leg down, and then with control, gradually releasing any tension on my leg. And then I drop my knees, left knee behind the left wrist, and right left toe behind the right wrist. Okay. This position, straight up, and you sink. Sink. Once you sink, just push your back feet a little bit back, the right hand a little bit forward, and then sink your chest to the mat. And release anything on your hips so that hips become heavy. Start going towards the mat. That helps to stretch your lower back, mid back, upper back. 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now gradually come back and start to the mat again. And tuck your right toe, your right knee, push some weight on your hand, and then you take your leg up to the ceiling, leg down. If you want, you can walk your leg, you can take a child pose, get your alignment right. Walking your leg to release any stretch you have done, held back. And take your knees down. You take a quick child pose. Wiggle your hips left to right, left to right. As next side. Take your hips to the heels. Take your chest to the mat. Chin touching the mat. And then you control. Now come back to downward facing dog again. Again the side. Downward facing dog. This time your right leg go up. Down. First we kind of sit straight. So use my palms to push my right knee, open my chest, sitting my hips, First we will do is that we will swing and we will open our chest towards the left side, so right hand goes outside the toes, left hand opens up, look towards the ceiling, looking forward, and now both the hands held, your left hand goes down, and then your right hand up, and then swing open the chest. You should be able to take your right hand absolutely at the extreme corner of your left side. Stick your hip. 4, 5. Then you come back. And now use your hand on your knees and push the knee out. Pushing the knee out, both hands are straight. Sink your hips down. Here, your feet is on the outer side, the pinky side of your mat, the mat. And you push it down, keep pushing it down. You can take your left elbow down to push it down. Straight. Sink your hip. Come back. Put the hands inside the toes. And now your favorite pose, the lizard. Take your forward. Elbow, the left elbow goes down. Keep leaning forward. Right elbow goes down. Just decide whatever is the most suitable for you today. Eventually we will get there. Forward, sink the hips. One, two. You should look at your head down. 3, 4, 5. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Lift up. Then straighten your leg. Straighten your leg. Release any tension. Release. Lean back and straighten your knees. Lift your toes up. Keep sinking your hips down. Lifting your toes up. Toes are very active. 4, 5. Now back. This time I'll bend my left knee. Again, I would like to hold from my left side. You can do it from right. Right side is much easier for the balance. Left is with wobbly. Not happening now. So right hand will swing from the side. Same thing, pushing the knees, pulling the ankle, leaning forward. Make my hips, opening my thighs, quads. Keep pulling this towards my bums. Leaning forward. Now please, I will take a downward facing dog to balance things up. So, my knees up. Three-legged dog. Get any balance side. Stretch your hips, stretch your knees, stretch your toes. And with control. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Get it to a pigeon pose. So my right knees are behind my right wrist. The right toe is behind my left wrist. First, let's sit very straight. Sit straight. Not easy. And then sink. Lean forward. Gets a bit easier. Back feet is straight. Take the back foot 6 inches behind. Further push it back. Sink your hips. All these are to strengthen your thighs, knees, arm, hip bones. These are very, very helpful for runners. Take a bit more, take a bit down. Enjoy this pose. Last 2. Then come back. Then first you lift your toes and your knees. Then get some life back on your arms. Then with control lift your leg up. Up. Take it down and get into your child pose. wide child pose. So widen your knees, mat distance apart. And then wriggle, wriggle, wriggle. Let go of anything wherever you're stored. Push your hips to the mat, into the chest melting down on the mat. Then just release. Two more. We'll come back. We'll get to our downward facing dog. And then from here we will transition into seated position. So before we go to seated position, last time is to push our heels down, hands down, and then lean forward. Take your knees here behind, and then you get to a seated position in a very systematic and rhythmic way. Now, seated position set. You can do windscreen first. Get your hips grounded. The windscreen first. Let go of anything on your, and then we go to Paschimottanasana. So first, hold your body, your knees close to your chest. Lift your chest up, chin up, head facing forward. Then hold both toes from your thumbs, it up from the lower back. And then first you slide the right feet forward. Keep lifting your chest up. Left feet forward. Put the air, but keep lifting the chest. Side, whatever works for you, depending upon your body today. It's a lot of hard work. And then once you're here, then you start pushing your limits, but only sliding your legs forward without changing anything on the upper body. And then push your other leg forward. You may still have a micro band. That is what is today. Once you have a micro band, start breathing. Take your breath, take your freshness into your calf, into your knees. Release them. Straighten the leg a bit further. Eventually, you will see your leg further. It's not about your feet and your leg. Keep pulling the toes towards your face and pushing the heels toward the front. And then you get kind of stretch on your calf. The knees start really nicely. It can be here. Once you got your Paschimottanasana position, keep leaning forward. Keep leaning forward from your chest. That helps you to bend your elbow. Can be here. Let go of any tension anywhere. Just surrender, release, relax. As soon as you let go and you release and relax, things become so much easier. Forward. See, can you hold the outer side of your feet with one hand to other hand? Try to lift the outer side of your feet. Sink your hips to the mat. Pull the leg towards your face. Release anything on your knees. Release anything on your lower back. 3, 4, 5. Sink every breath in, you sink forward and dip. 6, sink forward and dip. 7, forward and dip. 9, 10. Very, very gently control. You can use your hand to massage your legs if you want. Thighs, knees, just to energize, put some prana, put some blood rush there. Good solid stretch. Then we come to tabletop. So bend, hands are 6 feet behind. We lift up. tabletop. Lift your hips up, chest down, head down. Keep lifting your hips. So, 3, 4, 5, forward. Down, but keep your hands straight. We'll do our chest opener. Slide your hips close to your heels. Hands exactly the same position. A very, very warm spine. You can find that you're feeling much better and stronger today. First, your tailbone is down, and then with control, lower spine down, tailbone. Keep sinking as far as it goes. Hands are very strong and solid. This is your shoulder opener, chest opener. Keep sinking, don't get into a very comfy position. Keep sinking. L3, L4, L5, S1, S2, all will start eventually going into the mat. Now, control, get your hips back, then you stand up. Now we do the counter. The counter of this pose is stretch your hands and take it inside and see, can you take your palms inside here and then put your ankles inside your knees. Same thing here. And take your palms is facing side, inside the knees. Counter to what we did. And once you are here, use your knees to push your elbows inside. Wherever it goes, even this is fine. Just use your intention to push the knees so that both the elbows trying to come close to each other. The shoulders are coming close to each other. Release. Now lie down. Lie down. Lie down on your back. One or two pulls before we go to Shavasana. First is that we will do very, very quick Pavan Muktasana. So knees bend, put it towards the chest, and then don't lift your head, it's just kind of raising and lubricating the knees before you go to our feet. Done. Second one. Done. And today again, as you did like yesterday, we have choice. Two choices, you go to your bridge pose, you go to your wheel pose, or you can go to your bridge first, and then second round wheel, whatever works today. So let's try. So get our knees bent. Both the knees are bent. Get a very, very firm grounding on the mat. Very, very firm. Rub your tailbone to get some relaxation because it just took a lot of work. Now, two choice. One is that you lift up with your hand clasped behind your bum. Lift. Take your chest to the chin, not chin to the chest. That's number one. Second is that you raise your hands up, and then you're facing palms. Bring your palms close to your ears. Fingers are facing towards the front. Forearms to the front. With the hair. When you go to the wheel pose, you have to count 5. Condition is you lift your hips up, shoulders up, push the weight onto your palms. First you take your head to the mat, and then you lift up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly, slowly, slowly. First your head comes to the mat, then you slightly transition without any jerk.
back to the mat. That's number one. I would suggest let's do one more at least. Allowing the people who did the bridge to do a wheel track. Same thing, hands up, bend it forward, bring both the hands close to your nose, close to your ears. Solid form, putting on the ground from the feet. First you lift your hips up, then push some weight onto your hand. Push and then take your head. You split as if then lift up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Control first to take your head down to the mat, then slide forward, and then without any jerk, straight away get into the counter pose for this, which is your Pavanuttasana, child guard. Fold on your chest, swing from side to side. Relax. Take your tailbone to the mat. Go sideways. Just we take a twist before we go to our resting position. Legs are straight. Twist of your choice. Or my choice, then we will do this one. Take your leg on the outside of my knees and straight. Then I turn towards the left. And then use my hands to bring the knees down. Right. Keep surrendering your chest, your shoulders to the mat. Keep pushing the knees to the mat. The ground following by pushing, using my left hand. Come back to center. Stretch your legs. Stand towards our right side. So left knee bend. Left feet goes on the top of the right knee. Then I twist towards the right. Then use my right hand to take the knees down. Towards the left. A lot of crackling noise. Keep pushing the knees to the ground. Pushing the shoulders to the mat. Control. Last one, 2 breath. Stretch your legs. A very, very well deserved Shavasana. People who want to take a longer Shavasana, this is the time for them to switch me off. Lie on the Shavasana as long as they need to.